Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing an Eriador questing tier list. We're going to be doing we just finished up Shadows of Angmar, and after taking some time to kind of chillax a little bit, not really think too much about it, we're going to rate the areas that we quested in Eriador. So this is specifically within the base game of Lotro. And then we're gonna basically just kind of like save this tier list. So I should log into my tier list real quick, so that way we're gonna log in so I can save this. And then, oh gosh, I just did all of that work. It's gonna be gone, isn't it? Okay, beautiful. It's still there. I panicked for a second. Okay, so it's definitely not sorted anymore, but that's fine. But this way we can just kind of like save it, and because I want to save this so that way as we like quest in new areas, we can kind of come back and adjust this. So I'm gonna have to like speed sort this real quick. Angmar, the Shire, Swanfleet, Evendim. And Region. Now, the Angle of Mathythos should be somewhere. Angle. North Downs. Misty is. Perfect. Alright, everything should just now be in this top row. Alright, so we're going to start off with Breland. Breland, gosh, there's so much in Breland. You have the Barrow Downs, the Old Forest, Buckland. When it comes to Breland, honestly, there's almost too much in this area, so it's hard for me to like look at it and be like, oh my gosh, I love this place, because it really genuinely suffers from too much. I don't think it's bad by any means, because, you know, you spend a lot of time in Breland. However, there's too much, so I think I'm actually just going to put Breland in B tier. I'm sure I'm immediately going to get cooked for that one, but it's B tier. Swanfleet and Cardolan, they're going to go and have not quested in because I haven't done Before the Shadow yet. That will be its own thing. I have plans for it. I just haven't had a chance to start it yet. I already know exactly what I want to do with it. I have a character all planned out and everything. I just need to like make them, so we'll probably actually make that character for that today before we start Moria, but that's a whole other thing. So yeah, but Breland is going to be B tier. Up next, we have Evendim. If anybody says anything other than Evendim, other than S tier, I feel like you're crazy. It's S tier. It's super fun. It's beautiful. Running around Evendim is probably my favorite one. It's probably my favorite area in all of Eriador. I can't think of any other place that I would want to be questing in. The only downside to questing in Evendim is there's a lot of swimming, but that's really it. And the scenery is honestly so beautiful, it doesn't really matter. So, yeah, there's that. We like that. We like Evendim. Up next, we have the Shire. The Shire is D tier. I thought I was going to enjoy the Shire. I've done it multiple times on a bunch of different characters. I keep telling myself I want to enjoy the Shire, but I just can't. It's not fun. It's very tedious. There are places that I will go out of my way to avoid. I won't necessarily, like, if I make a Hobbit, I'm not going to be opposed to starting in Shadows of Angmar and doing the Shire. Like, I'm not opposed to that. But if I am going to have my choice, I'm not, like, out of all of the starting areas, I'm not going to pick the Shire. Like, not even, like, that's definitely not happening. Misty Mountains is next. Misty, they're okay. I don't have any feelings towards them whatsoever. Goblin Town is cool. I think that's kind of like the best thing that Goblin Town has going for it. But that's kind of really about all that I would give it. But I don't have any strong feelings towards it one way or the other. I don't hate it. I don't love it. So I think I'd put it in C tier. I think I'm fine going through it. I've never like really just been like meh about it. It's kind of, you know, whatever. Up next is Lone Lands. Lone Lands is another place that I don't necessarily have any strong feelings towards. It's one of those areas where like I'm fine going through it. It's also one of those areas I think I'm almost okay avoiding, mostly because I'm not the biggest fan of the epic over there. I don't like the Red Maiden questline, and everything with Ivar, the Blood Hand. And Agamauer is just kind of terrible. It feels like it's like trying to prepare you for Angmar, but it's like not quite doing it. And outside of like once you are done with stuff in Weathertop, I'm just kind of like ready to be done. Like Lone Lands was the first area every time that I quested in it where I'm like, I'm ready to move on to the next thing. I would put it in D tier. I'm gonna put it above the Shire. I might get cooked for Lone Lands, but I'm not the biggest fan of Lone Lands. Endways, I don't think is Eriador, so we're going to move that down. But Lone Lands, I'm okay with skipping Lone Lands, honestly. Angmar. I gave a good chunk of time side questing in Angmar on my Runekeeper and Glamdring before I switched to Peregrine, and I was miserable. I hated every second of it. I think my Runekeeper over on Glam is level 55, and my plans for Angmar is not even to finish the Shadows of Angmar Epic. I'm just going to abandon all the quests that I have over there. I'm going to start Volume 2 over in Eregion. I'm going to grab my allies, and I'm going to get the heck out. Like, I'm not doing it. I can't stand Angmar. It's miserable. It is not fun. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Up next is the North Downs. North Downs, they're pretty cool. There's a few things within North Downs that I haven't done. I usually within North Downs kind of get not burned out, but I kind of get a little stuck near Fornost because there's a lot of like that like old creepy forests around Fornost. But I don't hate it. I actually do really like the early areas of North Downs. I really like Trestle Bridge as an area. But again, it's not an area that I like I have fond memories of North Downs, but it's not an area where I'm like excited to jump back and over to it. So we're going to put it in B tier just below Bree. Up next is Arid Luin. Arid Luin, in my opinion, best starting area in the entire game. That's going in A tier. I think it is one of the coolest areas to quest in. I think it has a lot of great... I think it's gorgeous. I think it's got a lot of really cool varying sceneries to be in. The epic quest line in Arid Luin is really cool. Stopping a dwarvish elvish race war is probably one of the coolest things you could ever do, and I think that is so freaking sick, and I love it so much. So I absolutely love being in Arid Luin. I'm always happy to start a character there. I never really get sick of it. And then up next we have Eregion. Eregion is also going to be an S tier. This is going to be the only other S tier area. Eregion, it's hard for me to not like Eregion. I'm a sucker for the lore, and Celebrimbor's lore is just so freaking cool, and I absolutely love everything about Eregion. I love everything about Celebrimbor, and so I'm always happy to be in Eregion. I wish I kind of would have spent more time in Eregion with my new main. But I did absolutely love being in Eregion, and I'm probably, with future characters, I'm going to spend a lot more time in Eregion. And we have the Angle of Mathythel. That's going to be another A tier area. I think I like the Angle of Mathythel more than Arid Luin. It is, again, another really cool area. It's got a lot of really awesome areas to quest in. It's got a lot of really cool storylines, and the fact that there's such a diverse amount of races in the Angle is so cool. That you can run into some hobbits, there's some elves there's some men. I don't remember seeing any dwarves, but I'm not too... Actually, that is kind of surprising, because you're not too far from the Misty Mountains. But either way, it's there, and it's cool. I do really enjoy the Angle of Mathythel. I very much like it. It was another area that I do very much remember fondly questing in. Big fan of the Angle of Mathythel. Next up, we have Forokel. Forokel is another area that I really enjoy. I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I was going to. I think Forokel is an area that gets kind of swept under the rug because you don't really think about it being there and existing. But I genuinely loved Forokel. I love everything about it. I think it is one of the coolest areas to quest in. It has the prettiest skybox in the game that I have ever seen. Being able to see the Northern Lights are really cool, and it does a lot of things really well, and so I genuinely love it. Up next there's 2 more areas that we will be looking at. I hope I don't miss anything. So we'll probably actually log into the game and check before we get too crazy. Okay, that's nothing important. So up next is the Trollshaws. Trollshaws is an area that, again, I have a lot of fond memories with. The quests are fun, and the epic is really cool in the Trollshaws. My only gripe with it is, good golly, Miss Molly, can you get stuck there all the time? It's so easy to get lost in the Trollshaws, and that drives me nuts. But I do have a lot of pleasant memories with it, so I can't put it lower than B tier. If it wasn't for the fact that you could get stuck there all the time, I would hate it. I would hate it. Or no, I would love it if you couldn't get stuck there all the time. It would probably be A tier if you didn't get lost constantly. Up next is the Yondershire. The Yondershire is the final area that we're going to be looking at in the base game of Lord of the Rings Online. And it's pretty good. In terms of pleasant memories or anything, I don't necessarily have any thoughts one way or the other from it. I think it does have some cool areas, but like Oatbarton Farms is really funny, but that's kind of like the only main spot that it has. But outside of that, it doesn't really have a lot going for it. No, Oatbarton Farms is in Evendim, I think. No, it's in Yonder. It's in Yondershire. I don't remember exactly where it is, but again, Yondershire, it's not really a place that I have any main thoughts one way or the other. So I can't really, like, I'm not really overly excited about it. I'm not somebody that I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to scream every time I'm in here, but I'm also not somebody that's ready to go out of my way to do it, you know? So that's pretty much it for this tier list. If you guys, that's going to be it for this. I'm not going to really dive too much into it because I don't want to spend too much time, you know, I don't want to spend too much time like flexing and trying to break down everything, but I'm always open to talk about it. I'll screenshot this and put it in Discord if you want to discuss. So if you're interested in seeing it, make sure you guys join the Discord. If you're on Twitch, !Discord. If you're on YouTube, it is linked down in the description below. So make sure you guys go and do that and take a look at that. So then you can talk about it. I just posted it there. So yeah, that's the Eriador tier list. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're watching this on YouTube, this was a really fun video to make. I love making tier lists. And we will revisit this tier list once we finish up in other areas, like when we add Swanfleet and Cardolan, as well as Moria, and continue on through the game. So make sure you guys are subscribed so you can stay up to date. But thank you guys so much for hanging out. You are loved, you are valued, you are fearfully and wonderfully made, and we'll see you right back here in the next one. Have a wonderful day, everybody.